Welcome to Renaissance High School, once again the site of the Detroit PSL Women's Soccer Championship. A very familiar matchup on a day that it's in the middle of May, doesn't quite feel like it, but another matchup between Cass Tech and Detroit Western for a championship in the Detroit PSL on the girls' soccer side. Evan Stockton with you. Stephen Williams will be along in just a little bit. Wherever you're watching, however you're doing it, thanks for making girls soccer in the PSL part of your sports diet on this busy day in Detroit. Here on the Prep, we've got the PSL baseball championships going on at Comerica Park. And heard a rumor there's a big basketball game going on at Little Caesars Arena tonight, too, in just about an hour. Thanks for making us the appetizer. You know, if you've watched these games with us the last handful of years, it is a very familiar matchup. Detroit Western and Detroit Cass Tech on the girls' soccer side have played year after year. Detroit Western has held the upper hand in this matchup. They won 9 straight Soccer City championships here in Detroit, but to be honest with you, could change this year. These two teams played last week on Friday, and Western lost to Cass Tech 3-2. In the last 2 seasons, Detroit Western had won all 6 games over Cass Tech by a combined score of 35-6. But maybe that game last Friday that Cass Tech won 3-2 is the sign that things are changing this year. The Cass Tech coaching staff is very positive about the young group that they've got. Both these teams have new head coaches, and the head coach for Cass Tech says if we win this game today, it would set the foundation for the program going forward. Excited to see what we've got coming up. Detroit Cass Tech, Detroit Western on a chilly May day. Luckily, the weather's about to warm up. Just got to get through one more day like this. So we'll warm up with a championship on the line. Someone's winning the city championship in girls soccer. Cass Tech and Detroit Western coming up in just a few more minutes.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596-0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Continuing to get you ready for this matchup with the PSL Soccer Championship, Detroit Western and Detroit Cass Tech. Couple of things you got to know. Detroit Western and Detroit Cass Tech both have new coaches. They had been part of the programs before, at least on the Western side. Jeffrey Zapula had been with the program before. Now he is officially leading the girls soccer program as the head coach. Joseph Sosinski, beg your pardon, on the other side for Detroit Cass Tech. Here is the resume for him. He's got a couple of really good players. Excited to see Apple Felder, number 2 in the green and white for the Technicians today. She's off to play collegiate soccer at a Division II school down in South Carolina, Allen University. You know, coach for Cass Tech went to Romeo High School, also an Oakland University grad. It's kind of funny. We send out for each of these teams information packets to learn as much as we can before these broadcasts, and Coach actually said he grew up a baseball player. Really good left-handed pitcher with a big sweeping curveball, and he coached at Cristo Rey for a little bit in baseball, and now he's transitioned over to Cass Tech, where in his couple of years leading both the boys and girls programs, done a really nice job for Cass Tech, as we've already talked about today. They like the freshman class at Cass Tech, and they think this would be a big feather in their cap if they can beat Detroit Western today. Detroit Western has won this soccer championship 9 years in a row in Detroit. Cass Tech has already beaten them this year, though, trying to buck that trend. Western will start the playoffs in just about a week or so. Same deal with Cass Tech. Detroit Western's playoffs will begin against Fordson next Friday. That's the 22nd. And Cass Tech will start their playoffs against Grosse Pointe South. Both of those games will actually be held at Grosse Pointe South. So Detroit Western and Detroit Cass Tech, they didn't know each other well before. Spoiler alert, they did. Are about to get to know each other real well over the next 9-10 days. Time for one final break. We'll come on back and we'll be ready to play soccer. We will crown a city champion on this chilly day in Detroit. Cass Tech and Detroit Western. It's the Cowgirls against the Technicians yet again for a championship. Cass Tech trying to pull the upset, trying to knock off Western, who has won it 9 years in a row. We're back to Renaissance High School in just a few minutes.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
City championship on the line. Detroit Western, Detroit Cass Tech once again from Renaissance High School. Already talked about how both of these teams have new head coaches. Joseph Sosnowski is the head coach for Detroit Cass Tech. Jeffrey Zaipula is the head coach for Detroit Western. Evan Stockton back with you. Stephen Williams will be along in just a little bit. Wherever you're watching, however you're doing it, thanks for making PSL soccer part of your sports diet on this chilly day in Detroit. And for all of you who are watching back this broadcast, I'm sure in the future some of you will be watching this broadcast back depending on who wins. Hello to you as well. So that lineup for Detroit Cass Tech, as we've talked about, they are very high on the young talent in the program, and they got a player in Apple Felder who is going to play collegiate soccer. She was just awarded as part of the All-City team before this game got underway. You will see Apple up front. Mackenzie Smith is up there as well. Clara Smith will be the goalie today for Cass Tech with that 7-2-1 record, 3-0 in the league because they did beat Detroit Western less than a week ago. A 3-2 game on Friday. Detroit Western traditionally tries to score goals and do it in bunches. Cass Tech this year, with that lineup you're seeing on the screen, has played very good defense. In 8 of their 11 games this year, they have held opponents to 2 goals or less. Cass Tech, traditionally so, in the green and white. We've had such a pleasure here on the Prep over the years to cover a lot of great Cass Tech athletic teams. Football, basketball, you name it, we've done it. And as spring sports starts to hit the climax here over the next few weeks, Lord knows we'll be covering Cass Tech, I'm sure, again in the fall on the football field as they try to make another state championship run. Had the pleasure as well to cover a lot of Detroit Western athletics over the years. Good basketball played at Detroit Western traditionally. And their Cowgirls as well in the maroon and white. Again, they are the reigning power. They have won 9 consecutive girls soccer city championships. They beat Cass Tech in this game 5-1 last year. Cass Tech got off to a decent enough start in that game, but Detroit Western ripped off the final 3 goals of the game unanswered and really pulled away late. Traditional foes, Cass Tech and Detroit Western, in this Girls City Soccer Championship in Detroit, one of the more famous ones in 2023. Cass lost 6-5 to Detroit Western. That game went to a shootout. Apple Felder, the senior, right there in the middle for Cass Tech. As we mentioned, their playoff journey will begin next week at Grosse Pointe South, where Detroit Western will also play their playoff game. They will be playing their district. They will be beginning their district run against Dearborn-Fordson. Both those teams will be playing those games at Grosse Pointe south. Off we go. Felder sends it to the back line as Cass Tech tries to beat Detroit Western in the Girls City Soccer Championship. For the first time in a long time, Detroit Western has won 9 years in a row, but Cass Tech has already beaten Detroit Western this year. They won it in the regular season. Evan Stockton back with you. Glad to have Stephen Williams as well with us tonight. I know Stephen and the members of our production crew who are lucky enough to be inside, Stephen. We appreciate that. It's like May 13th. Why is it still so cold? Do you have any ideas?
You know, this Michigan weather has really been Michiganing lately. I mean, it's been cold one day, hot the next. It's been raining. It's been windy. So these athletes right now have a little bit of elements to fight against beyond going against each other.
Well, to your point, I did check my phone earlier today. I'm going, okay, when's it finally going to get warm? It's going to be 86 degrees on Monday. How does that make any sense?
You know, one day is just the worst and the most frigid and just horrible to play in. This is going to be hard weather to play in right now. I'm sure they wish they could have had this game next Monday then.
What is, in your opinion, in your expertise, the perfect soccer weather playing conditions?
I would say we're talking somewhere between mid-50s, early 60 degrees weather, maybe a little bit of drizzle in the air to cool you off as you get warm. So, I mean, we're talking anywhere between mid-50s to early 60s. But this right here, this is going to be difficult for them.
So basically the weather you just described is the weather they constantly have in England. That's basically what you just described.
Which is why soccer is doing so well over there in England, right?
100%. Cass Tech will run it through the middle. This is Mackenzie Smith, the junior wearing number 10 who passed it off.
And Applefelder has it, pushing forward.
We've talked a lot about her skills. She will go play collegiate soccer next year.
Working that ball to the corner.
And earned a throw deep in that back third of Detroit Western. Stephen, it does feel like important for Cass Tech, with all that tradition that Western has on the other side, it's important for Cass Tech to get off to a good start. You'd think.
I think right now Cass Tech is really looking to score first. I mean, they need to draw first blood here, get their confidence going, and get a little bit of doubt into Western's mind. So this is a new regime for both schools, new head coaches. This is going to be interesting to see how these girls respond without Coach Brad on the sideline for the first time in the championship game.
Yeah, you just talked about the new regimes. What do we need to know about each new coach at each team?
Well, in all honesty, I don't know a whole lot about these new coaches right here. These are new pieces to the puzzle right now. You know, some of the other coaches at schools like Academy of the America, Renaissance High School, I'm a lot more familiar with. But these guys, I know that Cass Tech's head coach has a history with DCFC.
Mm-hmm.
So I know he's definitely coming from, you know, a high pedigree of soccer.
Coaching for Detroit Western in this game going to have to be on point as well. They were up front with us before this game. We are dealing with some injuries. We don't know who quite will be available.
I do believe I heard that they are down their starting goalie. So I've heard that there was a few players that aren't going to be here today that might make this a little bit of a challenge for Western this time around.
It does feel weird to say with a team like Western that's won 9 consecutive city championships, a program that traditionally has so much success. But again, Cass Tech has beaten them this year. Western's got those injuries. And, Stephen, it's still very early. We're only about 5 minutes into the game. But Western has not really had any sustained time with the ball, which is what we were used to seeing the last couple of years.
They're not playing with that usual spark I see them play with. And, you know, again, I mean, I know this is going to be a very different look for them in terms of this time around, having, you know, a new head coach. And, you know, you and I have both seen over the years Coach Brad from the sideline be able to light a fire into his girls and get them going when they haven't always had the best starts. So let's see if if these Western coaches can get a fire under these girls and have them playing with a little bit more life right now. So far, all the possession has been from Cass Tech, and we have a oh wow!
You were about to say it. You were about to say goal, but it just went wide.
Just wide.
What a chance that was for Felder. She was all alone.
Wow. You know, I don't know. This game has a different feel than different years, don't you think? Mm-hmm. I mean, Cass Tech they're on the attack right now. They're coming downfield at these Western girls, and right now, I've never seen Western have to defend this much this early.
Well, you know what was interesting is you mentioned how Detroit Western is down to their backup goalie. The regular one is hurt. Felder took a long shot that you wouldn't normally take, but it definitely feels like they are going to try to test the keeper, the backup, especially with the city championship on the line like this.
That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting them to take long shots, take quick shots. I'm expecting a lot of crosses into the box. I mean, they're going to test this new goalie. So Western has a little bit of I was just going to say they got a little bit of possession established, but they just lost it. They finally got it on the Cass Tech side of the field. But Cass Tech has the ball again, and let's see if Western can get it back.
Madison Walker threw it in, and it's out for another Western throw. Zamudio, Diaz, Plata, and Aguilar have been their top scorers all year. Aguilar's already touched it a couple of times for the Cowgirls.
We got a little bit of back and forth here. Western has a little bit of possession. I think that's going to be a Cass Tech throw-in, though.
Steven, you've been here all day. This is the championship for the top division of the Detroit PSL. But what happened in our first game today, Renaissance and Academy of the Americas?
So that was a nice, fun, energetic back-and-forth game between Renaissance and Academy of the Americas. And watching that, both of those programs are programs that are still on the rise right now. I mean, in all honesty, we have a lot of new coaching blood coming around right now. So Renaissance, this was Coach Ross Howard's first year as the Renaissance head coach. And so he was able to get those girls to gut that win out with that 1-0 victory, with that late goal, because that was a tight game for a long time. But Renaissance did manage to pull that one off.
We got to stay warm any way possible today. We really thought we were going to be able to retire the winter jackets. But unfortunately, they're still out on May 13th. We deserve the best summer ever because this spring has kind of been awful.
Yeah, it is kind of bad when it's the middle of May and you still see people wearing knit hats and gloves and big, thick coats. So I'm happy to be inside right now. Let's just put it like that.
Shout out to the members of our crew who are outside braving the elements today. Busy day for our crew here on the Prep. Multiple games going on in Detroit right now. PSL baseball championships going on. Cass Tech and Western are playing in that baseball championship as well at Comerica Park. Tigers are on the road at the New York Mets right now. Steered forward by the Cowgirls. Liliana Suarez sent it ahead.
It was a nice long through ball, but unfortunately it caused them to lose possession there, and they had it for a good second.
Oh my goodness. The kick from Mackenzie Smith hit one of the Cowgirls up high and ends up being a handball. She put her hands up to block her face.
Yep, sometimes those natural reactions kind of get the better of you.
Long try coming in. It does go wide. The best chance in this first 15 minutes came from Felder. She had a great chance right in front for Cass Tech, but sent it just wide.
I mean, by absolute millimeters. You couldn't have got more close than that. So I do believe that we might have an upcoming Cass Tech goal because Western has had a real hard time getting it from off their half of the field.
We don't have the benefit of live to the moment possession stats, but Cass Tech has definitely won that so far. Ooh, nice little move in the middle. That's got to be a foul, and they do call Egger for the foul for Cass Tech.
You got a player down here. I can't see the number, but she does look a little. I think she's gonna make her way up.
Unfortunately, we don't have the benefit of knowing who that is because her number is obscured.
So we got a free kick coming from Western.
Yayamara Diaz with the long kick ahead. That's Smith back there again for Cass Tech. She has been an active participant so far. It rolls out of play. And they rule goal kick.
So let's see if Cass Tech is going to try to just go over the top or play out from the back of their defense.
Goal kick, a heavy touch by Egger. Long drive coming, it got blocked. It's still loose top of the box. And the technicians clear it away. Yeah, that's the first time where Western was buzzing like we were used to seeing them buzz the last couple of years in this city championship.
A little bit of a swing and a miss there on that ball, but Cass Tech's able to maintain possession. The through ball is intercepted, though.
They're definitely trying to spring Felder. You can see it on that last one. Getting a look directly at field level as Cass Tech brings it to the middle.
A nice ball to the middle. She tried to play her through, but couldn't quite get all of her foot on the ball there.
That was Bias hoping for Felder. Physical collision as Hillary Lopez for the Cowgirls collided with Ruiz Barboa for Cass Tech.
The throw-in from Felder, and then another throw-in coming for Cass Tech now. She's throwing the ball down the line. They still got it.
Friendly reminder for you as well, in high school soccer on the girls' side, 40-minute halves, not 45, so we're coming up quickly on 15 minutes into the first half. Amy Plata throws it in. Spiked high as Bryn Bias attempted to play it for Cass Tech.
So there's going to be a Western throw-in here.
It's been an exciting year for PSL athletics. Already talked about how the Cass Tech football team made the state championship again this year. But we have to mention, because we are at Renaissance High School, congratulations to the Lady Phoenix who played for the girls basketball championship this year. They lost in a tight game to Muskegon. That was a really cool environment at the Breslin Center this year. Muskegon packed the house. Renaissance had a great showing too. And although the Lady Phoenix lost, they have a great girls basketball tradition here. And you'd imagine they're going to be back to the Breslin Center sooner rather than later.
We got Western on the attack here.
Good defense again. Piper Johnson once again steered it to Adelaide Egger.
Western's attacking down that left wing of Cass Tech. Good move.
Blocked again by Johnson. Another block.
That's some good defending down there by Cass Tech.
Walker and Johnson were the two excellent defenders right there for the technicians. Now Felder was all over it, but she lost it. Does feel like a bit in this game. Both teams with the chillier weather getting their sea legs underneath them.
Yeah, I think these girls are starting to warm up a little bit. I think they're starting to generate a little bit of a sweat now.
Yep. Well, that's the thing, too. The tricky thing is, in soccer, it doesn't always make sense to wear those running tights you'll see a lot of football players wear when it gets cold like this.
But the thing about this sport here, you generate so much natural body heat that sometimes it plays in a little bit to this kind of weather. Now, halftime, they're going to need to get inside somewhere, but right now they're probably feeling real good to them outside. They're going back and forth. We're starting to get that real competition going right now.
Yep. Number 7, Selena Allegria, one of the new women into the game for Cass Tech. You'll see her in the middle of your screen in just a minute. Steven, do you have any idea in soccer how many miles are typically run in the average game, the average match?
Oh, that is by position. So we say, because there's always you always hear about it in kilometers and whatnot, but
right.
If we're talking about positionally speaking, if the position that runs the most miles would be your midfielders. So they're probably running 18 plus miles any given game.
Opportunity here. Zamudio will stand over it for Detroit Western.
So this is going to be a dangerous free kick for Western right now.
The junior wearing 7 for the Cowgirls. What does this opportunity look like as the clock continues to tick? Coming up on halfway into the first half.
Cass Tech trying to mark the right players they feel they need to for the upcoming play.
The long drive on the way and just wide. She went for it. She sure did.
She tried to hook it to that far left corner. Had it had just a little bit more spin on it, it would have definitely got there.
I mean, there were times on the kick from Zamudio you were just waiting for it to curve because it curved just a little bit. It was going in. This was a heck of a try.
It was. You could see the curve on it, just not quite enough curve. So he need to put a little bit more English on that ball.
Early on, we were wondering when Detroit Western would start to assert itself. They've won this championship 9 years in a row over Cass Tech, and now you are seeing it starting to live in the back third of Cass Tech here.
They are. All of a sudden, Cass Tech is on their heels right now, and Western's on the attack. So let's see how it's about 23 minutes into this game. We've had a few back and forths already. So this is where Western is most dangerous, though. When they get to have set-piece plays from that finishing third of the field, this is where Cass Tech has to be really on top of their defending, marking all of their players and making sure that nothing gets by, because it looks like another Western throw-in is upcoming.
Zamudio threw the last one in. She will throw it in again as it went out on Madison Walker. We've talked already on this broadcast about the last game between these two teams, but Cass Tech won last Friday 3-2. This feels like the type of game played a bit more stingy, a bit more close. 1 or 2 goals may prove to be the winner.
It looked like they were called for a high kick, and now we have a free kick for Cass Tech.
Zoe Haynes will take it. She's a senior. Cass Tech very proud of the freshman class they have. They feel like if their seniors, like Zoe Haynes, can help them win this game, it will just prove to the whole program going forward that Detroit Western can be beaten, because they literally would have been beaten tonight.
Looks like she wasn't quite able to connect. And now Western was on the attack here.
Tried to play it forward. Monica Garcia was one of the 2 women up front they were hoping for. Garcia's wearing 11 tonight for Detroit Western.
Western having another good possession here, another good through ball.
Nice job by Cass Tech defensively to come back and get it. Western quite hasn't been able to link up that final pass as Haynes sent it out again.
But this is still where they're at their most dangerous. Any given moment, we've seen it for years now, that first score could just come out of nowhere.
Well, and you talked about earlier how it is so important for Cass Tech in this game to score first, because if Western scores first, it's only human nature. Cass Tech would start thinking, oh boy, here we go again.
I think it's really important right now for Cass Tech to win the position. Oh, and
Zamudio, another long try. She had a great chance off the free kick, and that was another good opportunity. Kenya Zamudio is starting to make some plays for the Cowgirls. Again, this almost went in.
we were just saying, just that fast. That's how it is with Western. I mean, Cass Tech has to make sure they're marking all of their players right now, and they're stepping up to all the shooters. Because the last thing you want to do is let a shooter take a shot from Western down there in that final third, because they can shoot from anywhere in that third of the field.
You know, another thing, Stephen, to this as well is number 2, Apple Felder, the great player for Cass Tech. She had that great chance early. She couldn't score, and because so much of this game is being played right now in Cass Tech's back third, when's the last time she touched the ball?
That's how you take her out of the game. You put Cass Tech back on their heels, and you make them defend, and then Apple Felder begins to get frustrated. Then all of a sudden she starts playing out of position. She starts getting deeper into the defense, trying to win that ball and get it upfield, and then that's when she's not in her most dangerous position, which is a scoring position.
Speaking of dangerous, Zamudio will throw it in again. She has had a couple of excellent opportunities for Detroit Western, and yet again they will have a throw deep in the back third of Cass Tech.
And the thing is, when you get to attacking this part of the field, naturally you have to have more of your offensive players playing defensive anyways. So this is how you get Felder not in her best position, which is in a scoring position.
You know, Stephen, the thing about soccer, right, is it's this great moving chess piece, and you're trying to get the other team out of position because you link here and eventually you get that goal. Thrown into the box. Western hoping for that final piece. Try was blocked. It's still loose and blocked again.
Cass Tech quite not fully able to clear it out. No, it's just a good way to just knock the ball out by Apple Felder there.
Each team made a substitution before that last rush of action. Kimberly Salazar is in for the Cowgirls.
You got another upcoming throw-in and that attacking third from Western.
Into the box it comes. The long throw. Cass Tech had to clear it away. Zamudio's got it again. Good-looking cross. And handled. Another dangerous opportunity set up by number 7 for Western.
The Cass Tech still not quite able to get the possession going.
I mean, the first few minutes, Stephen, Western barely controlled play. Now in the last 15 minutes, it feels like Cass Tech's barely touched the ball. Had no possession whatsoever.
You know, I mean, Western is starting to look like Western out there, and that means that Cass Tech is starting to look like they're in a little bit of danger. So sometimes when you just have that championship prowess, you know, a lot of these girls, they have championship experience. They've been in these positions before. They've heard Coach Brad in their ear in these positions telling them exactly how to get out of them. So you may have some freshmen here, but unless you are a freshman for Western, you've been here before. You've been here. If you're a senior, you've been here for the last 3 years.
Stephen, you keep talking about Coach Brad on the Western side. For those who don't know, who is Coach Brad?
So Coach Brad Doer has been the Western coach now since, I mean, in all honesty, since I can remember Western soccer. You know, I'd say for at least the last 10, 15 years, it's been all about Coach Brad Doer. He's still working with the Western boys, but this past season he decided to retire from the girls side and let that part of the program move on. But he's still over there coaching the boys, and I still expect to see Western boys in a lot of championship games, making a lot of noise. But between him and Coach Jack, they have been two of the most prominent names in PSL championship soccer.
Yeah, we've had the pleasure to talk to both of those men before, covering both the boys' championships and the girls' championships in the PSL. The boys' championships, traditionally we've covered here at Detroit Renaissance. The girls has been held the last couple of years on Detroit Mercy's campus. This year it was moved here to Renaissance. Big news in the world of college soccer as of today. Now the season will be split into both seasons. You can play up to 18 games in the fall, then they'll take a break. You can play 10 more games in the winter/spring, and they're going to play the college championships now in the spring instead of the fall. They used to play those college championship games a couple weeks before the holidays.
Well, they've been trying to find a way to really build U.S. soccer as a whole, and everyone knows it starts down at this level and even lower than this. It starts when the kids are in kindergarten and in first grade and getting those K through 4 programs going, and then keeping them going through middle school. So by the time they get to this age here and they're playing in PSL championships for high school championships, they already know what they're doing. And all of a sudden, it's more about perfecting your craft than it is learning the sport.
Felder's got it again. She's barely lost the ball.
That was a good through ball by her. Let's see if she can connect on the other side of it. Not quite.
She was also kind of hoping for it to go off of Edith Morales for Western. It didn't, so she'll throw it in. Speaking, of course, of American soccer, Stephen, it's a big summer for American soccer.
It is.
And Mexico as well, because the World Cup and Canada will be in all 3 of those countries.
And it's just that this is one of the most, favorite times of year, right before, the games are going. You've got the qualifiers happening right now. And, this is one of those times where, even just, what was that, 3 weeks ago, I was working with my Mumford High School girls soccer program, and I was showing them, we were watching the USA women take on the Japan women. Mm-hmm. And, this is that time where you can link, World Cup level soccer to these high school kids, and they can begin to see themselves doing something like that.
Big change to the men's soccer tournament as well, which the United States is in. The host countries always get in. 48 teams now in the World Cup. What do you make of that, them going up from 32 to 48?
I think it's definitely more inclusive, and I think it'll give teams an opportunity to pull off some of those upsets. We as athletes, as people who love sports, who doesn't love an upset? Who doesn't love to see Philadelphia 76ers upset a Boston Celtics?
Right. There you go.
So, I think it's definitely good for the sport, and it shows that there are more countries that are putting forward, reputable teams. Mm-hmm. And so it's just, the sport continues to grow internationally.
What's crazy, too, is they expanded the field, and one of the big stories in international soccer has been Italy can't make the World Cup for some reason. They expanded the tournament, and Italy still couldn't make it. And this is one of the greatest countries that's ever played soccer. It's kind of odd.
They are. For a long time, I have, followed Juventus over there, mm-hmm. And, they play a good brand, mm-hmm. Of soccer over there. They just can't seem to get over the hump.
Very odd.
It is. But it goes to show, still that, there are high levels, of this sport being played all over the world, where even countries that you would assume can do more are having a hard time beating some of these other countries that maybe people don't expect so much of.
Right. Well, let's be honest, when it comes to the United States as well, pretty much everything was building toward this World Cup and contenders and the Christian Pulisics and the Weston McKinneys of the world. And the United States coming into this tournament, could they make a run? Absolutely, but the hopes were high that maybe they'd win it as of 8-10 years ago, and not a lot of people are predicting that. Stranger things have happened, though.
You know, I mean, that's the beauty about sports. You never know. It's any given day. It's any given game. You know, I mean, the U.S. might not look like that team that's going to pull it out and be a powerhouse or make it through the tournament or anything like that, but who knows? You know, you have just enough teams to overlook somebody, and all of a sudden you have your Cinderella story. So, hey, hopefully U.S. can be the Cinderella story on their own soil.
And we would all very, very much enjoy seeing that.
Definitely, you know, that would be a good thing for. I think that would do a lot for U.S. soccer in general. You know, that would get the kids more interested. If they can see the U.S. men's team actually be competitive and do something, you know. So, hey, anything can happen.
Stranger things have happened. You said it best.
This might be that summer. I mean, heck, look at it. It's the middle of May, and we're sitting here with gloves and, you know, ski hats. So any given year.
Yeah, we got the great shot of the Cass Tech bench earlier as those poor girls are trying to stay warm.
Best of luck to them. I mean, there's not much you can really do, especially if you're on the bench. You know, all you can do is when your number's about to be called, get yourself warm really fast. You can get out there and be able to jump right into the action.
Bias lost it in the middle. So we're coming up on the dying stages here of a first half where Cass Tech had the early chances. Felder almost scored for Cass Tech, but just missed. And Western's had good opportunities since. Zamudio had a great try on a free kick that went just wide for the Detroit Western Cowgirls.
Say this game has really happened in phases. You know, it started off with Cass Tech all the way being on the attacking side, and they were all the way inside the Western's box, and they were taking shots, and then it shifted, and then the Western was on the attack, and they were in that Cass Tech defending third. And now we have this phase right here where the battle is right in the midfield, and they're going back and forth right now. Looks like we have a Western player down.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of those Cowgirls is down right around the 35-yard line on the football field. Of course, we are playing this soccer game on a football field.
But it is one of the finest. It is, you know, it has been refurbished, you know, over and over again, and it is still one of the great places to play soccer in Detroit.
They'll take a look at that Western Cowgirl who is down. The clock is stopped with 7:40 to go in the first half. Clock stops on an injury in high school soccer. Good to see her get to her feet.
Yep. But she's definitely going to have to head to the sideline. She looks like she's walking real gingerly on. It looks like her left foot.
And as we've talked about with the weather, Lord knows when you get a stinger in the cold, it just hurts a little bit more,
It does. And it's a little, and then, you know, you want to get to the sideline and kind of keep flexing it to keep it warm no matter how much it hurts, because if you sit there and you let it just sit still, it's about to freeze up on you. It looks like we're going to have a Cass Tech free kick here.
Told you earlier how both these head coaches are new. Joseph Sosnowski for Cass Tech and Jeffrey Zaipula for Western. Both have been around the area, coaching soccer for a long time, dedicated to the sport. Argueta Hernandez with a nifty little move to get away. And Allegra, she attempted to move it forward, called for handball. So it'll be a Western free kick coming up on 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Zamudio nearly scored on a free kick from 15 yards further. Don't know if she's going to go all the way for goal on this one.
Looks like that's a good cross into the box, though, but the goalie's on top of it.
The dive and the save for Cass Tech. Clara Smith and Megan Worthy, the two goalkeepers this year for Cass Tech.
See, that was a good cross right into the box, too. That was a dangerous ball. Looks like Cass Tech's trying to possess that ball on the western side of the field again. Again, that battle's going on in the midfield area.
You know, they're desperately trying to get it to Felder.
A good through ball to Felder. A good through ball that she's going to shoot. Couldn't quite get all of it on there, though.
Do you think she had more time to shoot, or did she have to shoot from that
I
angle?
think she had more time. I think she rushed it a little bit. She was a little bit anxious. She hadn't gotten the ball up that high in a while. She saw the opportunity, but she took it, I think, one more touch.
But as we talked about, it's been a while since Cass Tech has had possession, so you can understand if she was trying to force it a little bit.
You got a Western throw in here.
The two best opportunities of this first half, including that last one we just saw, if you don't count the Zamudio free kick we had earlier, they have both been for Apple Felder with Cass Tech. Man, she had a great chance early on in the first half that just went wide.
Oh, a handball. Yep, I saw it. Bad the ball back down. I mean, this one has been all about the Stars so far.
You know, Steven, you and I have done a handful of these PSL Girls Soccer Championships over the years, and most aren't potentially nothing at halftime. We still got 5 minutes until we get there, but usually Western has opened up a lead. That has not been the case this year.
Okay, we got Felder trying to push the ball.
That's a clean tackle. We play on.
That was a great tackle.
Hillary Lopez, 17, had the excellent tackle.
Another Cass Tech throw-in. Down under 5 minutes left.
Someone's got to go chase down that soccer ball. Felder kept it in.
That was a good, intercepted again.
Liliana Suarez, nice header, strong defending.
That was a beautiful looking crosser though.
Hernandez.
Cass Tech still has it.
Yep, Hernandez.
Good spin move.
That was a great spin move. Defended by Western and cleared away briefly.
Cass Tech still has it though. They're still dangerous. Still building an attack in the middle of the field.
Madison Walker had her opportunity cleared to midfield and played forward again.
Way to play that ball over. Felder on the turn. Oh.
Man, didn't it look like she had bias to her right? Maybe a
It
crossing
did.
pass there would have been
Honestly,
better.
I thought she was going to go ahead and play that over ball and set her teammate up.
Man, you can tell Felder's just trying to make it happen, but
She is.
probably a pass across there would have been better than that. Low opportunity, high risk shot.
Unfortunately, I mean, I think it's just the anxiousness, you know, it's been since the opening moment, since Cass Tech has possessed the ball this deep on the western side, and I think they can smell the blood in the water and they don't want to let up. But Felder's got to let that ball go next time.
Hernandez in the middle again. As these last couple of minutes in the first half look like the first few minutes of the half. A lot of possession from a Cass Tech team that's trying to finally beat Western in the PSL Girls Soccer Championship.
Good clearance by Western. Good clearance by Western. Putting that ball deep on Cass Tech side of the ball.
Johnson defending at a tough time, and she falls down. Oh, what a
Good
play.
tackle, good
Excellent tackle by Hernandez.
Cass Tech coming up that left wing now. Felder with the ball.
And just sent away to safety. Lopez decides to send it out as we are under 2 minutes remaining in a first half that in the last couple of minutes, the action is picked up.
The Cass Tech trying to close this half out with a goal, trying to make a statement, trying to make Western nervous, trying to go ahead and take that first bite of the apple. Good clearance again by Western. Under 90 seconds left, can Cass Tech do something with that ball this deep in Western's half of the field?
Walker to throw it in.
She's got to speed up that throw-in now.
You know, soccer players love to cheat a little bit on their throw-ins. They love to sneak forward. We'd have to go back and look if Madison cheated a little bit.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
Again, what's on the line here today? City Championship, which Western on the boys and girls side has consistently won. The Western Cowgirls soccer team has won 9 straight city championships. They beat Cass Tech in this game last year 5-1. But Cass Tech beat them less than a week ago. Cass Tech won the regular season championship. Out for one more throw as that clock is at 30 seconds and counting. As unfortunately, we have another Western Cowgirl down with the first quarter clock about to go out. First half clock.
Oh, she looks hurt.
You know, the officials are not going to let the clock stop. They're just going to let this go to halftime and then take a look at the Western player who is down. So, one half of soccer down, 1 to go. Cass Tech had the best chances in that half, but none found the back of the net. Western, the 9-time defending champions, is getting all they can handle from Cass Tech. So far, it's 0-0, 40 minutes down.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596 0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Hi guys, my name is Chloe. I am from West Springfield, Michigan. I love Pure Barre for a number of reasons, but the main reason is the space it provides us members to unwind, get a good workout in, and just come as you are. Love Pure Barre. Love you, Bridget. Go Pure Barre.
Hi, my name is Susanna.
And I'm Tanner, and we're from Farmington Hills, Michigan.
And we love Pure Barre.
Hi, I'm Shannon, and this is my friend Lisa.
Hello.
And we love Pure Barre because it's a great community. I get to work out with great people, and we have any fit level that can come, any age. You get a great workout within an hour. You don't waste time, and you're getting the full effect of Pure Barre.
And everyone's fabulous.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessica from Novi, and I love coming here to Pure Barre Novi. It's an awesome workout. I've been coming here for years. It is always challenging no matter how long you come. I love it. Strength, flexibility, all the best things, but the best part is the wonderful community. There's awesome women to support and encourage each other on in our fitness goals.
I have been a member of Pure Barre for 2.5 years, and I love the variety of class formats. I really enjoy the sense of community here. When my daughter's in town, we have our mom and daughter days, working out and tucking at the bar. I look forward to class, and I feel great after.
One thing that I love about Pure Barre is that it's low impact, but you get a great workout from it.
Hi
Hi everyone, my name is Amy and I am here at Pure Bar Novi, which is the best place in the world. I'm so excited. Did you know that Pure Bar is literally everything? Give it a shot. It's all about accountability and it's all about you.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Love Peace and Threads Design Bar, a unique new fashion experience in downtown Milford. Get ready to elevate your style by stepping foot in their design shop. Love Peace and Threads Design Bar offers specialized collections of custom apparel. They've got custom denim jackets and sweatshirts to dresses and hats, and they've got a variety of options to choose from. Whether you're looking for a one-of-a-kind piece or you want to set a new fashion trend, their store has got you covered with endless customization options. But that's not all. Their design bar is also the perfect place for a fun and creative night out. And you can do a celebration, book a party, and bring the full experience. Gather your family or friends and design your own custom jacket, complete with patches and your own personal touches, and unleash your imagination and create something truly special with their hands-on design experience. Love Peace Threads Design Bar is more than just a store. It's a place where fashion meets creativity and community. The end.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate! Yeah.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
My time to shine. He took over. He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it.
So we were having a lot of fun, pitching it off to each other. Dunks were happening, just a good time.
PSL Girls Soccer Championship. Early on, the best opportunities belonged to Cass Tech. You will see a great chance for number 2 Applefelder later on as we roll through the highlights that we had in the first half, and a really good opportunity on a free kick as well from Zamudio. This came later on in the half as she was hoping for someone on the other end. Never quite found anybody. She had a great chance earlier on in the half that went begging. Applefelder had a couple of shots like that. Steven, the theme of the half really was this from Felder. You can desperately tell because she's a very good player. She's going to go play collegiate soccer at a Division II school, Allen University, down in South Carolina. Felder is trying to make it happen for Cass Tech, but it feels like how aggressive she is actually working against her right now.
I would definitely agree with that. You know, it's kind of that senioritis feel where you want to go out on top and you want to carry your team to the championship in your senior year. You want to go out with that nice high, right? Mm-hmm. And she had that almost near goal early on, and then they just lost possession for, it felt like half of the first half. And then all of a sudden, when she came back up, she was pressing and just playing a little bit out of sorts. But hopefully, coming into this new half, fresh perspective, score is 0-0. So literally anything can happen right now.
They put 40 minutes on the clock. We'll start rolling in that second half in just a few minutes. Again, what's on the line here? Detroit Western has won 9 consecutive Girls Soccer City Championships. They beat Cass Tech in this game last year. But coming in, Cass Tech could be considered the favorite because they already beat Western. They beat them 3-2 last week on Friday. And Cass Tech has the better record. It's 6-2-1. Western 6-6-1. And Detroit Western has got some injured players. They're actually playing a backup keeper right now.
They are.
And we've seen some Western Cowgirls have to leave the pitch with injuries in the first half. So Western did assert itself well, Steven, in the later portions of the first half. But again, as we start the second half, it kind of still feels in many ways like it's Cass Tech's championship to lose this year.
You know, I really do feel like this is Cass Tech's year where they can finally, you know, take down that dragon, you know, and finally hang a banner of their own and be able to say they beat Western. You know, it's like they always say, you can't call it a rivalry if it's one-sided.
There's a lot of Ohio State fans who probably said for a long time, we beat Michigan however many years in a row in football, it's not a rivalry anymore.
I mean, literally, listen, when I first built the Renaissance program, and I remember one of my first years.
This is coming into the box. Oh, it's right on the Cowgirl
good save.
Keeper.
That's a
very
great
good
save. That was a great save.
Fatima Ruiz Barboza went right to the net, just like that.
And, I mean, you know, again, we were just saying this really does feel like Cass Tech's year. But I remember my first time trying to refer to the Renaissance program as a rival to Coach Jack's Cass Tech program, and he looked at me and laughed and said, Coach Steve, you have to beat me first.
I may be the truest thing that is said on the broadcast today.
And hopefully, and so until Cass Tech gets this win, we can't truly call it a rivalry. So this might be the year where they take that step, and they get that belief for their freshmen coming up that they can beat Western. Because imagine how some of these seniors must feel having faced Western 4 straight years in the championship. There's their 4th straight year in championship for someone like Applefelder.
This is a glorious opportunity coming up for Cass Tech. They will have one just outside of the box. Zoe Haynes and Applefelder will stand over it. Who will take this glorious chance?
We've got a set piece play coming here. A little bit of trickery maybe. Oh,
and Haynes sent it way high as another
man.
Cowgirl is down.
Oh, man, kind of just let her weight get behind her a little bit and just sent that ball a little bit skyward.
Are you surprised that Haynes took that last shot instead of Felder, the top goal scorer for Cass Tech?
I kind of am right now, but you got to go ahead, and if you let Western know where it's coming from every time, then it's easy to defend. So I understand the mindset here of going ahead and going with Haynes, and hopefully Western not expecting that, expecting it to be Felder, and all of a sudden Haynes gets away with it. It looks like Cass Tech getting that ball inside the box.
Tried to with Felder, had it knocked away. Walker onto the middle, Felder again. Hoping for Walker, who was running ahead and the pass went behind her. We did have another whistle, though.
So it looks like we've got this is going to be a Cass Tech throw in here, or what do we have? Oh, for Cass Tech free kick right outside of the box.
Another one after they just had a great chance less than 2 minutes ago. Well, Haynes take another one. The last one was high and the last one was wide. Felder takes this one.
Good attempt. That was a great shot. That was a great reaction by the goalie, though.
Save made and crisis averted for Detroit Western as Felder put it right on frame.
I think that's why you have those set-piece plays where you're trying to keep Western honest and have them not knowing, is it going to be Felder, is it going to be somebody else?
So this looks exactly like the first half start where Cass Tech dominated possession and then Detroit Western figured it out. Smith had it cleared away.
Western trying to get that ball. Oh, it looks like a handball by Cass Tech.
Yep, they called it on Adelaide Egger, 23.
A quick restart by Cass Tech there, by Western there. But Cass Tech with the possession.
Hernandez took it away. Onto the middle behind Felder.
Tried to play Felder through, but couldn't quite get on the other end of that ball. Cass Tech coming up that right wing now. Going central with it, and it's intercepted again by Western. But Cass Tech winning the ball back again.
That's Smith. Heavy touch in the middle as Allegria's pass was initially off of bias.
Who are they going to call that one on? Looks like a Western free kick. But those two girls were down there battling for that position, though.
Got by Haynes, 31 for Cass Tech at that great free kick. Opportunity. Free kick itself wasn't great because it was way high. Egger and Johnson briefly collided in the back. No issues as Egger sent it out of play.
So Western applying pressure and earning the throw-in here, deep in the Cass Tech defending third.
And let's watch as well if and when that first goal comes here in the second half.
It's still important right now that Cass Tech be the team to get that first goal if they really want to have a chance here. I think if you let Western score right now, I think they start pouring it on. We've seen it year in and year out. Cass Tech might have got that win last week, but there has been some years now where a week makes a lot of a difference when it comes to this championship game.
Zamudio throw. Sent back to her. Spiked high in the air. This is going way wide.
Got that ball inside the box right now. Keeper sending it forward.
Smith played it on the ground, hoping for Madison Walker. It's out for Castech throw. Busy day of PSL finals here on the Prep. We were talking about it earlier, how the baseball championships going on at Comerica Park tonight. Chad Bush and our good friend Jay Alexander on the call of those PSL baseball championships. Tip-off at Little Caesars Arena between the Pistons and Cavs, slated to start in just a few minutes. Steven, how you feeling about the Pistons right now as they play that really important Game 5 tonight?
Oh, man, listen, I am nervous about how that's going to go right now. I mean, see, the big thing about the Pistons right now is they're still, in terms of playoff basketball, they're a young team. You know, they might have had that great regular season, but – you know, when it comes to the playoffs, it's a brand new season. And they haven't seemed to quite make all the adjustments yet. But when you've got stars like potential MVP K. Cunningham, hopefully you've got enough to go ahead and at least get to the conference finals.
And all of us on the Prep, you may know, we help cover the Motor City Cruise, the Pistons G League team. We're very excited to see everything that Danis Jenkins has done, as this long try is handled by Clara Smith, who's played well today at the keeper spot for Castech. Danis Jenkins, such a cool story.
All right, playing the ball back to the middle, going back to the right wing.
Felder behind Bias. Just couldn't link up in the middle. Haynes to Walker. Walker in the middle, lost it.
Oop, another handball again.
Yeah, it's on Smith. We've had a handful of handballs.
They've got to keep those hands down when the ball is bouncing around.
Zamudio with a long ball ahead again, hoping for someone on the other hand. Hernandez handled it. And then briefly lost it. Eggers got it. Still about a half hour to go in the second half.
That's a good clearance down there by the defense.
Like we said early on, this is starting to feel like the type of game where one goal or maybe two wins it. Whoever gets to that mark first.
You know, and I think it just might come down to that. I know we're used to a lot of high-scoring games in this, you know, back and forth between Castech and Western all these years. But this might be one of those games where the team to score is the team to get that win.
Man, Smith had a nice run, but Bias on her right wasn't quite expecting the pass. Out for another throw.
So all of a sudden, it's just starting to shift back towards Western. And again, I mean, we're talking about some of these girls from Western, like some of these girls from Castech, who this is their fourth time facing these girls. You know, these particular girls. And, you know, there's a little bit of familiarity here, and maybe that's playing a little bit of, you know, a factor here in the fact that these girls simply know each other so well from playing in championship after championship after championship game, year in, year out. And, you know, you know some of these defenders, they probably know Apple's full first, middle, and last name. And so it looks like we have the Western free kick.
We will have Castech free kick.
Okay.
This will be their third. As Haynes on the quick restart. It'll be goal kick. The lights are on here at Renaissance High School. Site once again of a PSL soccer championship in the division right before us today. Detroit Renaissance, the homestanding school, beat Academy of the Americas 2-0.
And that one was just really just a real fun game from two programs that are still on the rise, trying to reach this level where Cass Tech and Western have been playing that for so many years. I have, so much history playing against the Academy of the Americas, AOA, between, kindergarten championships to middle school championships. And so definitely exciting to see them finally join the high school, level and seeing what they can do, on this level of soccer. Because a lot of those, Academy of the America middle schoolers end up going to a school like Western and even the Cass Tech.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have their own high school program going, and it's in theory it should take a little bit of the talent away from these two teams that we're seeing in front of us right now. And I really feel like the PSL is having some real growth right now, and 5 years down the road, it'll be real fun to see how it looks.
Western's got it, trying to approach Cass Tech's back third.
No one on the other side of that ball, though.
Johnson headed it to Haynes. Walker to Felder. She has been waiting for a chance to strike. Here she goes.
Good through ball by Felder, but no one on the other side of it.
Again, number 9, Bias, was in the middle, just couldn't link up with her. That's been the
quite time
connection
her
they're seeking in the second half, yeah.
It's all about her seeing that pass about to come from Felder and just really just starting that run a second sooner.
Oh, the Cass Tech side is not happy. Madison Walker cannot believe this is going to end up with Western.
I'm trying to think, is Cass Tech asking for a high kick here?
That was the initial signal. The official was pointing to his arm. Then it went off of Egger's arm. Haynes had to play it ahead to Smith.
That was definitely a little bit of a handball that Cass Tech got away with. They have really got to keep their arms tucked in better than this.
Ruiz Barboza sees it roll out for a Western throw. Fatima Ruiz Barboza, 25 for Cass Tech, almost scored in the first minute of this second half. Coming up on 15 minutes into this second half. The best opportunity of this game came from Felder in the first half. Number 2 in green and white.
Cass Tech trying to win possession in that midfield area right now. The Western right now getting it. I see a through ball coming here. Western has it on the through ball. But Cass Tech able to get that ball away from them. Good job by the defenders. Good job of working together by the defense.
Oh, pass just missed Felder. A little hot for her. Haynes found Walker. Haynes has got it again. She has been all over the field in this second half for the Technicians. It's out for a throw. Walker to throw it in. As you can see the blankets and everything they're trying to stay warm on those sidelines.
They're doing everything they can, and just the more the sun goes down, the colder it's getting out there right now.
Yeah, the good news is the days are getting longer. It's almost 8:30 and the sun's still out. The problem is it's cold.
But at this point, as an athlete, you got to tell yourself, like, hey, you just got to lock in for these last 24 minutes and make sure that my team is the one that makes it all worth it.
You know, these two teams did have a PSL title game back in 2023 that went to a shootout. That was a 6-5 final. Barring the wildest final 23 minutes and change of soccer, we will not have a 6-5 finish today.
Definitely not.
But we will have a Cass Tech corner, a great opportunity as they try to score the first goal of the game.
This might be the best opportunity they've had since that first 15 minutes of the game.
Felder saying, we're not playing short. I'm going to send this all the way in. On the ground it comes, spiked away.
The ball still in the box, though. Still a dangerous area.
Oh, and it's cleared away.
Cleared out.
Arkin Lopez right off the bench for Cass Tech. Almost got Herbert to it. Couldn't quite do it.
And again, that's just that championship experience that Western has of just knowing just what time it is. And right now, we need to get that ball out of the box right now because anyone can tap that ball in. So Cass Tech back on the attack, though.
9 straight city championships for Detroit Western. They're hoping that changes. Cass Tech's hoping that changes today. Coming up on halfway into the second half. It is out for a throw. Walker waiting for someone to get her the soccer ball so she can throw it in. She's tough to miss with those really bright pink cleats.
That was a real missed opportunity, though, down there by Cass Tech, having that ball rattling around inside of that box and to come away with nothing again. They've got to be getting a little frustrated because you know they came into this game thinking this was their year.
Beat Detroit Western 3-2 last week, but of course, a championship game is a little different than a regular season game. Zamudio to throw it in. The junior midfielder, an active participant in this game for the Western Cowgirls. Again, Cass Tech hoping for a call that they're just not going to get.
Good job in the midfield area winning that ball back, though. Now they're going ahead on the attack. Good through ball, but no, she couldn't quite connect with Apple with that one.
Felder saying it went off of a Western defender. It didn't. It's going to be a goal kick. Man, how many chances in this second half has Cass Tech had the chance to link up with Felder, Bias, whoever it may be? They just can't quite connect those passes.
You know, and that's what it's going to be. You know, can they go ahead and get that one important connection down there in that finishing third and get the goal that they need? Because you know Western can score anytime from anywhere.
So we've got a delay here before the kick, as one of the officials is chatting with the Cass Tech side. You have any idea what they're talking about, Steven?
I don't right now. I'm not sure what's going on over there. And are they talking about the clock?
They are asking for 30 seconds to be put on the clock. There should be 20 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the second half.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It couldn't be much else to talk about there. It's like they felt like maybe when during one of the ball going out of bounds, there should have been more of a clock stoppage there.
Yep, I think that's what it was. Halfway into the second half now, still seeking the game's first goal. Again, pass too hot for Felder. Arkin Lopez has entered in this second half for Cass Tech, and that one went off of Felder's boots. Brought down in the middle. Cass Tech seeking that goal to get over the hump. They have never beaten Cass Tech in the last decade in this game.
Looks like it's going to be another Western throw in here.
Zamudio has been handling the throws all evening for Western.
Yeah, she has got a great throw in. I mean, she has some real distance on her throw ins.
Cleared away again. Brought down by Allegria.
Cass Tech has got to keep their hands down when this ball is bouncing.
Haynes with room.
And she found Felder. Felder making her turn.
Multiple girls fell down. They elect to play on. Felder.
Not quite able to bring that ball in.
Yep, open for Bias too. She was on her left.
Cass Tech is doing a good job right now of just possessing that ball. But just not quite able to break through that back line of Western.
Good ball ahead. Zamudio's onside. Zamudio with the long try. And another save. Smith with a soft little dive to the left.
And I think just like how we were talking about earlier with Felder, when you've got these superstar players and they're kept from taking those shots, all of a sudden they start pressing just a little bit and not taking the best shot opportunities.
Another try. Another easy handle once again.
You know, in years past, I mean, that area of the field between 10 and 20 yards out is when, you know, Western made some of its biggest goal. Yeah, Felder getting through now.
Apple's coming ahead.
Tech.
You kind of figured it was going to happen just like that. Felder makes it happen. A teammate was on the other end, and the countdown is on. Maybe Western's streak of winning this championship is going to end.
Allison Apple Felder.
Bryn Bias on the other end of the cross in by Apple Felder. She started the game with chances. And now with 7:14 to go, that streak of 9 consecutive city championships for Western is firmly in doubt.
So now let's see how Western responds here.
They still got time, but man, we're about 25 minutes into this second half. There's not as much time as Western would like to mount a furious comeback. And if you're Cass Tech, you're thinking, shoot, let's get another one. Let's really make this hard.
Because you know Western might be pressing now. All of a sudden being down 1-0. Cass Tech on the attack again.
Just missed Felder. Nearly had another.
All of a sudden you're starting to think back to that loss you had last week against this team. And all of a sudden you're having a little bit of doubt creep in there.
Again, Cass Tech beat Detroit Western 3-2 last week. In the prior 6 games, the Western Cowgirls had beaten Cass Tech by a combined score of 35-6 over the last 2 seasons. But the Cass Tech coaching staff told us, we win this game, we think it's going to be really important for the building the foundation of our program going forward. They think there's a lot of young talent coming up, and to win this game would just set their path forward. Still time for Western to get a comeback. Piper Johnson played the defense for Cass.
I mean, between Cass and Western, This is the school that a lot of the kids coming. These are the two schools that a lot of kids coming out of middle schools, you know, they want to go to a Cass or a Western when it comes down to sports and soccer and things of that nature. And you know, it's. I remember when my own daughter was coming out of middle school, and Coach Brad coming to her and saying, "Hey, if you want to win a soccer championship, don't play for your dad at Renaissance. Come play for me at Western." And so, I mean, and for so long now, any girl who has come to Western has gotten to be a champion.
Steven, I can tell that comment is still seared in your brain after all this time. I can tell. I can tell.
You know, I mean, Western has been the standard bearer for over a decade now, and even before there was a PSL league, you know, and I mean, back when it was just, you know, me, Brad, Jack, and a bunch of us that had soccer program for high school, just getting together and making sure that we had each other on the schedule every year. And now it has evolved into what it is and championship games. And so now we have an opportunity for Cass Tech to, in this new look regime PSL, get their first soccer championship.
Jeffrey Zaipula is the first-year head coach for Detroit Western. It's Joseph Sosnowski for Cass Tech. Helps coach the boys team at Cass Tech as well. Used to coach at Southfield A&T. He was a baseball coach, too, at Cristo Ray for a while. Cass Tech's baseball team is playing Western tonight at Comerica Park for a PSL championship. There's been a lot of trophies in that case at Cass Tech over the years, and getting to add one in girls soccer you know would mean a lot, especially against a Western program that has done so well against them traditionally.
It does. You know, all of a sudden this gets the conversation going where now, you know, kids are talking about coming to Cass Tech as that potential dynasty school that wins all of the championships. You know, I mean, literally these games between Cass Tech and Western, they're some of the most watched games in the city. You know, I have been jealous of them for years now because, you know, the rest of us, we're struggling to get, you know, a few, you know, dozen people to come to our games. And Cass Tech and the Western is having stadiums filled with screaming fans for the Cass Tech Western games. So when I say these two right now have set the standard for all PSL schools to aspire to.
Felder, a long try that is still free in the box. One more for Cass Tech, and they really got it sealed up, but it's not going to come here.
So Western really needs to turn this tide right now. Cass Tech smells blood in the water. They see opportunity for another goal. Western needs to go ahead and use the opportunity to go ahead and reverse the field on them.
That clock can still continue to wind for Detroit Western. Kind of nonchalantly running after the ball. You want to preserve every second. Go get to that thing quick and throw it in.
Definitely. I mean, Western right now is moving like they have the lead right now, and they just don't have that same urgency in the years past to close this game out and win that championship.
Again, that's another thing in high school and collegiate soccer, the running clock like this. They do stop it on injuries, but there's no such thing as stoppage time that you see in professional soccer.
No, I mean, when that clock runs out, it's over. You know, they're not going to give you any added minutes or anything like that. It's just the game's over, and you just got to, whoever won, whoever lost. So Western here on the counter.
Here comes Zamudio trying to do it herself, but the shot is well wide. Smith dove, but no need to worry. That thing was never going in the net.
And Zamudio really just trying to take everything on herself right now. And I'm just starting to wonder if she's starting to lose a little bit of confidence in the rest of her team right now. But again, this is a Western team that has shown in years past they can score from anywhere at any time. And Cass Tech cannot drop their guards right now. That's what Western's counting on right now. For Cass Tech to drop their guards for just long enough.
Coming up on 10 minutes remaining. Bryn Bias's goal off a pass from Felder has given Cass Tech the lead as they try to beat Western and end their run of a decade just about of winning the PSL Girls Soccer Championship.
Good throw in again by Zamudio. Looks like another Western throw in.
The first half, Cass Tech dominated it early. Then Western won the middle portions. Cass Tech had the chances late. That's kind of how this second half has gone. Is there a final Western push? Is there a final opportunity for them?
And you saw Zamudio trying to connect with her center mid right there and hopefully to set her up for a nice quick shot. But Cass Tech, great defending there, not allowing Western to get anything clean right now.
Plata is the woman down for Western, slow to get up. A yellow card has been shown to Cass Tech. The card allows the clock to stop with about 9.5 remaining. And every opportunity like this for Detroit Western in the last little bit is very, very important. Zamudio once again will stand over this free kick. She has been handling the free kicks all evening for the 9-time defending city champion, Detroit Western Cowgirls.
I wonder if she's going to try to cross that ball in or take a shot again. I'm thinking she's going to try to cross it in there and find one of her teammates.
Here we go. Zamudio.
Oh,
it was too high.
Just over the top of her teammate's head. Almost there.
That was a heck of a ball, though.
It would.
Zamudio's
I
had
mean,
a
that
couple
was
of great
almost
crosses.
a perfect cross.
Yeah, seriously. It looked like they were hoping for 4. Liliana Suarez just missed.
Just over her head.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been an interesting one.
Steven, if you're coaching Cass Tech in this spot, up a goal, under 9 minutes to go now, how do you make sure your whole strategy isn't, hey, sit back the rest of the game? How do you make sure this doesn't get weird and you're just sagging back the rest of the game? What would your coaching strategy be?
At this point in the game, when you're under 10 minutes left, you're making sure that you're communicating with your defenders that they're staying back. They're staying back. You letting the midfielders and your forwards apply the pressure and try to get you one more goal. But you're telling your defenders, you hold that back part down now. You let the midfielders now and you let your forwards do their job and drop back as they need to. So at this point, the defenders need to defend, and they need to allow their midfielders to possess that ball for them, move the ball up to the forwards. I mean, you don't want to play super, conservative, but you do want to play a little more defensive right now to make sure that you're not allowing that goal to slip in there with less than 10 minutes left, less than 8 minutes left.
When it's a 1-0 game, Cass Tech is still playing Detroit Western, but they are also playing the clock here.
They are.
You will often see in this part of a soccer game where the clock is a big factor, both teams.
And the
team that's ahead will run to the corner and just wait by that flag.
And the sideline is your best friend. Anytime you can knock that ball out, you want to make sure it goes all the way out of bounds right now. You want those girls to have to run all the way to the fence to bring that ball back. You want to find ways to just drain every little second you can. Cass Tech still possessing it.
Here's Felder. This is a good way to kill some clock.
It is.
Felder set up that only Cass Tech goal of the game that Bryn Bias scored.
Now, the one thing Felder could have done there to help her team out a little bit more is just play that ball to the corner. Play that ball to the corner, make everyone run down that direction. Make Western have to win the ball down there and play the ball out. Build their attack from as far back as possible.
Here we go. Cass Tech hoping for possession and play to that corner like Stevens calling for. Ooh, nice move by Bias and a good tackle by Western.
Good clearance by Western. Trying to get it up to their midfield section.
Haynes battling in the middle. She has been all over the field in the second half. Walker played it to the middle. Is the final Cass Tech goal coming here that probably gives them the championship? Not here. Cowgirls got to clear it out, but that's not what they're looking for because Cass Tech can get a throw, and by the time they throw it in, the clock's probably going to be near 5 minutes.
And they're going to take their sweet time getting that thrown in, too. That's the last thing Western is to do is get that ball to the sideline. They need to get that ball upfield as fast as possible. And again, it's just not having that. I just don't see the same fire and intensity out of these Western Cowgirls that we've seen for the last consecutive 9 championships.
It is firmly in trouble right now. Coming up on 5 minutes to go, and that Cass Tech 1-0 lead. This would be their second win over Western this year, but this one would give them a championship. It'll roll out. It'll be goal kick, but again, that clock is going to roll as Western will have to restart quick. We are under 5 minutes to go.
Another good job of Felder just playing that ball forward. It's going to be a Cass Tech throw-in.
And again, they will take their sweet old time. Madison Walker pump fakes the throw in and goes back to the middle with Haynes.
Good crosser, good connection. Good possession up there by Cass Tech.
Felder after it. Does she score or does she race for the corner? She falls down. Cass Tech, man, they were hoping for a PK. They didn't get it, but they will get a corner that allows that clock to keep on moving. Ooh. That was close.
That was definitely a close one.
A long, adventurous try for Cass Tech. They can afford to take it as they'll replay that ball in quick. Substitution being made here for the Cowgirls. They are sprinting off as that clock is not stopping. Monica Garcia races off the field. She was the one being substituted for because they can't restart play until she's off. Now they can.
And Western is having a hard time getting a possession going right now. I mean, even them trying to just get a counter going from winning the ball from Cass Tech, everything has just looked so difficult for Western this game. Another possession by Cass Tech. Another ball just played to that corner.
Got to stop the clock. 2.5 just about to go.
All right. Ball being put back into play. Going by Cass Tech, the clock's rolling again. And Western just needing to get a possession going right now, and they just can't. They just can't.
You know, you said it a couple of minutes ago, Steven. Fire, whether or not, that's tough to determine, but you can tell that a program like this, they're not used to being in this situation. They're not used to being down. They're used to protecting leads and, quite frankly, having 3 or 4 goal leads like they have had earlier on in these championships the last couple of years.
Yeah, and, you know, it's just... It's just I just really don't see the same juice. You know, Western has just been, I mean, Western has always been one of those teams where if you score on them, they come back angry. You know, they come back wanting that revenge goal. And ever since Cass Tech got that goal, you know, Western has yet to get a real strong attack going to try to make up for that goal.
As we come up on a minute to go, again, here's what's on the line. Detroit Western has won this city championship 9 years in a row, but Cass Tech beat them less than a week ago. They have said they believe in the youth of the program. They wanted to send out the seniors the right way, and the crowd here cheering for Cass Tech is sensing it as Western is running out of time.
45 seconds left. What are they going to do with it?
You can see that crowd cheering them on.
They're taking their time.
Letting it go as that ball is nearly going to roll out. Now it will, and that's probably going to do it.
I think that's going to be the last kick. It's Cass Tech to throw in, and they are not going to throw that ball in these next 10 seconds.
9, 8.
That's it.
7.
Cass Tech's
6,
done it.
5,
they have taken
4,
down Detroit Western
3,
and
2,
won the city
1.
championship. Finally.
Cass Tech has finally gotten their championship. Look at how happy those girls are. Some of those girls, the Applefelders, the seniors, imagine what they've gone through for the last 4 years, having lost to this Western team 3 consecutive years in championships. I mean, girls like Apple came this close to beating Western since she was a freshman. And now finally, she's a senior, and she gets to finally get that monkey off her back on her way off to college.
You know, Steven, I was thinking the same thing as you were talking. If you doubted how much it meant to them, just watch the way they celebrated. That was really cool.
I mean, this win means everything to this program. They have faced this dragon. They have faced this villain in their eyes for years and years and years, a decade, and to finally be the first ones amongst all the PSL teams that have taken their shot at the champs. Cass Tech has finally have their moment in the sun. And I couldn't be happier for these young ladies. I couldn't be happier for this program. And, you know, my hat's off to everything they have going forward.
Congratulations to Cass Tech, city champions in the PSL. They get that goal late. Applefelder played it through. Britton Bias scored, and Cass Tech, city champions on this chilly mid-May night from Detroit Renaissance High School.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596-0000 0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Well, Stephen, we were talking about it all night long. Would this be the night that Cass Tech got the job done? And you just saw them raise the trophy. They did. First time in a decade they beat Detroit Western. It's hard not to feel good for them and the growth they've had as a program, and for that group of seniors that get to go out as champions.
You know, you can just see the joy and elation and just relief, you know, of finally being able to say they accomplished this. They've made it to the mountaintop. They have accomplished the highest goal they can get in PSL. They've already they've had games in districts. They've made it to the championship game so many times, but finally we're here.
Some of the highlights from this match tonight, you know, Stephen, we talked about it throughout the game. There were chances for Detroit Western in that first half for about 20 minutes or so.
It was.
In that first half, you kind of felt like, okay, here they go. They're going to get their chance, but Cass Tech staved it off. And, man, I'm trying to rack my brain thinking about the opportunities that just weren't there for Western in the second half. Cass Tech really controlled this game in the second half.
They did, and that is what it came down to. Typically, in the second halves of these games, Western takes over, and they start asserting their dominance. But, you know, you can see even here in that second half of the game, it was all about Cass Tech. Their defense completely came together, and when they had that connection with that crosser from Applefelder that led to that goal, I mean, this was Cass Tech's day.
You know, here on The Prep, we've had the chance to cover a lot of city championships, and we've seen Cass Tech win a bunch of them. Football, basketball, boys and girls. But today, you just watched a little bit of history on The Prep, because the first time ever that we have covered the Cass Tech girls soccer team winning a city championship. Good for them. Excited to follow both of these programs as they continue on their playoff runs, which start soon. Applefelder, this moment, this was the one they'll remember for a while. It found bias, it was in, and that means Cass Tech wins the city championship. And that does it for us. On behalf of our entire hard-working crew, including the guys who had to brave the elements on this, what should be warmer May night, and for my partner, Stephen Williams, Evan Stockton saying good night from Renaissance High School. Congratulations to the Cass Tech girls soccer team, which for the first time ever has won the city championship. They celebrate, and they deserve to smile. They're going to be smiling all the way home tonight.
Congratulations, Cass Tech.
Congratulations. Good night, everybody.